Hey there, it's good to see you. Welcome back to the channel, brothers. Welcome back, dude. We're going to be doing another rap session as usual about the rat race, financial freedom, financial independence. Dude, let me tell you, the wife and I, we made a grocery run today. Seemed like we just got a little dabble of groceries. 136 bucks. 136. It seems like when I was a kid, when I was 10 years old, I remember being in Walmart with my mother, myself in tow, and I'd be helping her put the groceries up on the little conveyor belt, and she would check out. And groceries, man, a full trip, man, that was $100. 100, and that was a lot. That was a lot of money, and we felt the sting. I could tell on her face she felt the sting. $100, a crisp one, slide across to the clerk. Back then there was no self-checkout, man, none of that. Back in my day, hey, look, I'm not that old, but I remember that specifically, vividly. I remember that. $100, a Benjamin. Today, 136 got us just a little dabble, just for the wife and I. We don't have any other mouths to feed. No grocery govers in the house yet, but they will be here. I'm sure we'll be having some in the next couple of years. And dude, $100 is nothing. Honestly, man, $100 in general is nothing. It's nothing. And let me tell you why. You know, I did a little search on chat because my buddy, I've got this buddy. He's out in Albuquerque, right? And he's fricked up, he's in searching YouTube, he's on the algorithm, he's buying silver, and he's doing all this stuff, understandably so, right? Because things cost a fortune, and he's like, well, if I buy some silver, it'll hedge against all this crazy inflation. Fair enough, right? But he's fricked up, and he said, hey man, why don't you click on and search on chat? Why don't you search on chat and ask how much purchasing power the dollar has lost in 50 years. So I asked this question to chat, and here's what it says. Here's what it says. $1 in 1976 was is approximately $5.87 today. So $1 today has only about 17% of the purchasing power that $1 had in 1976. But so, like, if you put it another way, it's lost roughly 83% of its purchasing power. Let that sit in a second. So before I was even born, before I even had a puncher's chance, man, a puncher's chance, right? So like Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather, Conor had a puncher's chance, He had a chance. Jake Paul versus whoever, the clowns he fights, whatever. Puncher's chance. Before I even had a shot, like I wasn't even known. Only God knew about my subsequent spawn in the years to come. In 1976, dude, the dollars that I have now were worth way more than they are now. And there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing that I can control about that reality, about that fact of life. What can you do? What can you do? Like my buddy, he's buying silver, right? We're all my friend group, we're all just aggressively investing in the stock market, trying to beat inflation. And I guess one white pill to this is that if you stuck with the S&P 500, if you just sticking with that and NASDAQ, then it's sort of preserving your purchasing power. So that's something to that. Like, the bottom line is you cannot leave your money just sitting in the bank. You cannot. And here's another statistic. Since 2019 alone, just in 2019, the dollar's purchasing power has gone down about 25%. That's crazy, man. That's insane, dude. And this leads me to the point of this video, and quite the comical one, I must say. There's somebody that I know in my circle of influence, and I won't be too particular. I'll keep it vague, right? There's somebody I know, and he's young, and he's in high school. He's about 16. 16-year-old lad, just trying to figure it out, right? So here I am, at the end of my 20s, and I come on here and I pipe off and I talk about how I don't know anything. I'm just trying to figure it out. My buddies, we don't know anything. We're just trying to figure it out. We're trying to navigate these student loans and dentistry, whatever have you. Okay, let me tell you, the young guys nowadays, if I don't know what I'm doing, if I don't have it figured out, they for sure don't have it figured out, right? And they're I don't know what they're doing nowadays. They're watching these silly, their algorithms are so detached from mine, dude. I don't know if they're watching my algos. Okay, all right, these 16-year-old guys, man, they're just trying to figure it out. And if you're 16, and so a big thing that's on his mind, right, is he's trying to think about, okay, what job could I possibly do? What job can I do that makes decent money, however, that still allows me to have some freedom? It's just this like infinite regress. We've talked about it. Have some freedom, right? The ability to travel and all this. Um, Newsflash, like a traveling job with flexibility to like enjoy your travels and make good money, it's really hard to come by. Like, it really honestly doesn't exist. But I think what he's looking at is potentially nursing or travel nursing. Okay, so he's thinking, all right, if I'm going to live a life that's decent, that's worth living, with all the fricked up stuff, the way the economy is and all that, this might be it, right? However, these young guys, they're so freaked up, right? They're looking at how everything is going, how the culture is going, everything. He's actually considering, at least the thought has crossed his mind, of going full on monk mode. Monk mode, dude. Let me tell you, these young guys, like, the culture is all feminine and girly and not serious, and with religion, with so many aspects of life. With, you look at the military, there's a lot of issues with the military. When you look at politics and who our leaders are, whatever, dude, like, a lot of them, they're looking in particular, as far as faith goes, they're looking at like the Eastern Orthodox Church. That's something that's resonating with young guys nowadays. And secondly, somehow or another, he has come across this monastic lifestyle of just being a freaking monk, dude. Being a straight up friar monk, okay? I don't know, shaving your head, putting a circle of baldness right here. I don't know, being close to God in that way. Dude, I don't know, like, in my faith tradition, I would never consider being a monk. The only type of like monastic life, I guess, you could lead, in my opinion, would be one to go that's also serving people, doing community projects. I don't know, just sitting here in a corner and praying and eating your freaking porridge and praying some more, and I don't, yeah, gardening and just being around a bunch of dudes. Hey, this sounds like a complete sausage fest to me. Okay, that that doesn't sound like something that would be up my alley. All right, but yeah, apparently some of these cats are thinking, okay, this is it. This is super serious. This is being close to God. But probably most importantly, like, they're probably thinking, dude, everything is so freaked up. Like, this is freaked. Man, like, this is freaked up. I'm just gonna go and frick around and be a monk and just zone everything out, dude. I don't have to think about groceries or nothing. I'll be taken care of. I'll be sitting here and I've got my brown friar monk clothes, and I've got my little tassel rope to put around my waist, and dude, I don't even need to freaking wear underwear. I've got my tunic on, and I've got my freaking green peas, and like the fun science fact, the guy that pioneered the he's like the father of genetics or whatever. His name was like Mendel, I think it was, and he was a monk, and he would look at pea plants, and he would look at yellow peas versus green peas, and the size of the leaves or whatever, 2 leaves versus 1 leaf, whatever. And he is how Gregor Mendel. He is how we got our modern day Punnett square. That's a little science fact for you guys. Being the science person I am, thought I would drop that, okay? But, okay, Gregor Mendel, cool. Very cool. Good contribution, Gregor Mendel. Thanks for letting me know how I can pass on and make my bloodline stronger, dude, because I can draw myself a Punnett square and know that dude, my kids are gonna inherit my elite color of eyes or whatever have you. Okay, all right. Hopefully, they will come out just absolutely elite looking, dude. But Gregor, hey Mendel, dude, like great contribution to society. Hopefully, you were doing more than that, but yeah, I need a woman in my life. I need a woman in my life, okay? So I hope this young lad, I hope that he doesn't go down the road of tunic wearing, sausage fest inhabiting monk mode, because dude, that's not it. Look, I get it. I get it. Everything indeed is fricked up, okay? The value of the dollar is in the toilet. I get it. The culture today is in the toilet. Women, they don't respect men. It's hard to get dates. Like the expectations are through the roof of what's realistic to have in life, man. You got the freaking Instagram with people thinking that they should be on flipping yachts and driving Lambos. Like the boomer that asked my other dentist buddy, "Where's your Lambo, dude? Why don't you have a Lambo yet?" Yeah, I get it. I get it. Women are seeing all this. They're taking all this information in. You know, they're looking at young guys like Clavicular and thinking, okay, like this is who I need. This is who I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get a guy that's this. Who's also got a social media presence and all this. I get it. Things are not what they used to be. They're not what they used to be, man. You can't go and fill up your car by flicking a nickel off your thumb to the service guy with the rag at the petrol station. For my European viewers, petrol station, the gas station, man. You don't have a guy sitting there with a rag who's going to wipe your car down and fill up the gas with a nickel. Okay, you're not going to be able to go and buy a pop. Here where I live, we say Cokes, plural for everything. You're not going to go be able to buy a Coke for a dime and sit there and sip it with across from the girl next door. Okay, all of that is gone. Black pill, man. It's just, when you talk about the rat race, you can't stray away from the black pills. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to drive a brand new car you bought by working like a summer salary. You're not going to be able to go and easily pull a girl next door right down the street who's pure and chaste and that is just likes you because you got a car, and that's it. Like there's no dopamine depletion coming from social media. You're not going to be able to buy the Coke or the milkshake for a dime and have a night out, dude, and go to a movie. And it doesn't. The world has changed. The world doesn't exist, and you see it with these young guys. They just, and I think my generation was like one of the first to literally like be stuck inside for summers and play video games. Yeah, I did that. However, I also went outside. I played some basketball. I rode some bikes. So there was like, I was sort of the bridge between like the okay, still go outside, still do some things. Like, yeah, I'd go to my grandma's house and we'd run around out in the field out back and ride golf carts and stuff, down trails, ride dirt bikes. I did that. I also vegged in front of video games. And then now you have these kids who like aren't even interested in driving. They're not interested in independence. They're not interested in hanging out with friends. And everything is fricked up. And then they just like absorb the YouTube algorithm and all this messaging from all different sources while they're playing their video games or Minecraft or whatever the heck it is, League of Legends, or dude, I don't even know what games they play now. And they're sitting here listening to, oh, dude, I'm going to be Eastern Orthodox. This is it. I've unlocked everything. And you know what? Maybe I should be a monk. Maybe I should frick off and save up and scrape up enough money to frick off to Greece. I'm gonna get a flight out to Athens, and then I'm going to take a boat down to some random island, okay, here in the Mediterranean. And on this island, there's gonna be like there's like a bunch of monks. It's real. There's an island where only men can go to, and there's monks there. And I'm gonna live out the rest of my days enjoying the sausage fest down there, freaking around in the Mediterranean. Yeah, that's it. That's not exactly the type of Mediterranean adventure that I'm envisioning. No time ever would a young guy have been thinking of this, man. A young man would be thinking about, like, soldiering, man, or adventuring, going to conquer mountains, or going to backpack across Europe, doing something, going out with women and socializing and just living life, dude. Or heck, if from a religious standpoint, going and being a missionary, that's part of the adventure. And going and talking to people and meeting people, experiencing cultures, maybe sharing your faith. Not going and sitting in the corner living a life of monasticism. It does not compute with me, dude. And hey, like, maybe some of you guys are supportive of the whole monk thing. I don't get it. Okay, I don't get it. But hey, if you're a monk watching this video, thank you for tuning in. All right, thank you. Man, I tell you what. Don't be afraid of the rat race. Whatever you do, don't be afraid of it. Do what you have to do to face it, okay? So with that, I will leave you. I hope I earned your subscription. I hope I earned your like, and I hope I earned your subscription. Let me know what you think below. Until next time.